In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to cut and sew this beautiful Bubu dress perfectly for all body size. I'm using a Mikado fabric and I've folded it into 4. I have 2 yards of Mikado fabric over there. If you are a size 10 and above, you will need at least 2.5 or 3 yards of fabric. So I have folded it into 4, like I said earlier, and I've marked my neck width. The neck width I am working with is 3 inches. But if you are a size 10, you will need a neck width of 3.5 inches. And then for the sleeve length, after taking my shoulder measurement, I have about 11 inches there, and 11 inches is perfect. For the sleeve length, it depends on what you want. I want it to be in that 11 inch, and it's perfect for me. So now you will go down by 1 inch at the end of your sleeve length. You will go down by 1 inch and you will connect it to your neck width. This is because our shoulder is not straight, so you cannot leave the shoulder straight. You have to slant it by 1 inch. Next thing you want to do is to determine your round sleeve. Remember, we are working on a Bubu dress, so your round sleeve does not have to be your accurate measurement. I'm using 11 inches. This depends on how wide you want your sleeve to be. At least, I think 11 inches is perfect if you are a size 8. So you mark your hip measurement. Your hip measurement divided by 4. Then you add allowance for ease. I used 40 inches for my hip measurement. Then I added 5. That is 15 inches. So this also depends on how wide or how big you want your Bubu to be. But if you want it to be free, at least use your hip measurement plus at least 6 inches for ease. Then the next thing you want to do is to mark that same inches. So me, I'm marking 15 inches all the way to the end of the fabric. So now what I want to do is to just use my ruler to draw the straight line. Then when you get to this upper part, you are going to use your free hand to connect a curve. You won't connect a straight line. You'll be using your free hand to connect a curve, just like so. You connect it to the round sleeve you came down by. So that's basically it for the side. You take the fullest part of your body is your hip. So you are going to take your hip measurements plus at least 6 inches or even 7 inches, depends on how wide you want your Bubu to be. So next, for the neck width, like I said, I use 3 inches. Then the neck depth that I use is 9.5 inches because I wanted the V-neck in front to be also low. So I use 9.5 inches for my neck depth. You just need to use your curve ruler to connect the slanted line, and that's all. Then here, I just cutted out the shoulder slope. So next thing you want to do now is to cut out the side, just like so. And then for the end of my dress, because I wanted my dress to be very long, I did not cut anything from the end of my dress. My full length is 60, so I will just fold that in by 1 inch later on. So now I will remove one of it for the back and I will use one for the front before cutting out the neckline. This one I'm cutting is the front. The neck depth is 9.5 inches for the front. Now the back. First of all, this is a very deep V neckline, so you have to make sure that you arrange your fabric very well. Now for my neck depth in the back, I'm coming down by 13 inches. Then the neck width for the front and the back has to be the same thing, so you can close it perfectly. So the neck width is 3 inches, while the depth is 13 inches. So you will just connect your slanted line like this to create a V neckline, and that will be all. So of course, after arranging the fabric properly, then you cut out your deep V line. These pieces that we just cut out, you are going to keep it because it is very, very important. The next thing you want to cut out is the bow tie. So I'm just using 12 inches for the width of the bow tie, and then I will just cut it out. So this depends on how big you want your bow tie to be. I think this is perfect. So you are going to take the width of this part you removed from the back of your neckline, and then you are going to add 1 inch to it for seam allowance because you'll be cutting a straight fabric. So I had 6.5 inches. I'm just cutting out 7.5 inches. You're going to cut it out and it's going to be at least 1 inch wide. So you're going to cut out that straight line. This straight line is what you will use to do the style at the back. So you're going to cut it out and keep it aside. The next thing we want to do is to cut out the facing. We are going to cut out the facing for the front and the back. Just simply place it on the fabric you want to use for the facing. After cutting out your neckline, then you are going to mark 3.5 inch all the way around the neckline that you just cut out on the facing. You will do the same thing for the front and the back. You just simply place the facing. Place your fabric on your facing and then you trace out the neckline just like so. Can you see what I'm doing? Just place your fabric on the facing, trace out the neckline, then you mark 3.5 inches all the way around and then cut it out. Next, I'll be cutting out the pockets for my dress, and I'm just going to fold this fabric. The remaining fabric I had, I'll fold it into 4. Then I'll be taking my pocket width because I want it to be 7 inches when I'm done. I'm just marking 7.5 inches for my pocket width. Next, I'm going to mark the length of the pockets. And this also does not have any formula. It depends on how long do you want your pockets to be. And I'm just marking 14.5 inches for the length. And I'm just connecting a curve. I'm just connecting a curve. You don't have to connect a curve. But I just like my pocket having a curve in the down parts. So then you cut this out and keep it aside. Now for the facing, the front and the back facing, you will need a soft paper stay. Please use the softest one. You can see that this one is soft. I had to show this in the camera because I wanted you to see how soft the paper stay is. You are going to use it and then you will press it to the facing of the neckline. So if you use a strong paper stay, it will not be easy for you to fold easily. So now I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and I'm going to stitch it. I'm facing the right side of my facing and the right side of my fabric together. Then I'm going to stitch it. I'll take it to the sewing machine and stitch it. So I've gone ahead to stitch the facing, the right side of the facing to the right side of my fabric. Then I'm making a notch. I'm making a notch just very, very close to the V part, that curvy part. I'm making a notch there. Now, after making this notch, I'm just going to flip it like this. And then I'm going to press it. But I will not press it just like so. I'm going to use hemming gum. This hemming gum, I'm going to press it and I'm going to use 1/2 inch to fold it in and press it just like so. And then I've gone ahead to press it on my ironing table with the facing, the hemming gum I showed you. So now it's time to work on the back. For the back, it's slightly different. You will not just sew it straight. Why? Because we are adding this straight fabric to the neckline. So what we want to do now is to pin, because this V is very, very deep. The first thing you will pin is the end of the V. Then you are going to arrange your fabric properly. But we are not going to sew straight line all the way from one end to the other. No, we are going to stitch. We're going to leave a space. We're going to leave at least 1 inch. But I left 3/4 of an inch. I left 3/4. Then you will leave that space. Then you will leave 1 inch for the width of this straight fabric you want to add to the neckline. Can you see? Then after you are done stitching it, before you use your hemming gum to press the facing, you are going to fix this like so. You will mark out the half inches allowance you added on both sides, and then you just fix it. Before stitching, ensure that the length of this straight fabric you are adding is the same thing with the pieces you removed from the back of your neckline. If not, it's not going to lap properly. So I'm just going to remove the half-inch allowance that I added on both sides before going over to the sewing machine to stitch it. That way, it is going to it's just going to sit perfectly. It's going to sit perfectly. So I'm going to stitch the neckline again all the way around. I've gone ahead to stitch the neckline, and I've also used my hemming gum to press it. And this is how beautiful it is looking. Can you see how it's sitting effortlessly? That is because it is the same it is the same length, the same width of the pieces that I removed. So now the next thing you want to do, you want to close the shoulders. I'm going to use half inch to close the shoulder. Just going to mark half inch on both sides, and I will take it to the sewing machine to join the shoulders together. So after joining the shoulders together, the next thing you want to work on is the end of your dress. Because the full length of this fabric is 60 inches and my full length of my dress is 60 inches. I did not fold it into two, I just folded it once, so the dress will not become too short. So now, what I want to do is to work on the sleeve. I'm just making sure that the two sleeves are equal before we are going to do any other thing to the sleeve. Just make sure that, because you are joining two shoulders together, there's a possibility that one might be longer. Make sure that it is equal before you go further with the sleeve. So now that I have equal sleeves, I'm going to use this fabric. I'm going to use this fabric to turn the sleeve. I folded the fabric into two, and I'm just going to use it I'm sewing the right side to each other. This is the right side of the fabric and the right side of the sleeve. Then I'm just going to flip it to the wrong side and sew a straight line. And also, this depends on what you like, individual preferences. Some people like to sew from the back to the front. There's going to have like a turn up sleeve, but I don't like it. I wanted it to be this way. So now it's time to work on the bow tie before closing the dress. The bow tie is very, very simple to make and to understand. I have about 8 inches for the length, and the width of the bow tie is about 12 inches. So now I'm just going to close all the sides together. And now I'm using my screwdriver and scissors to push out the edges. After pushing out the edges, what I want to do is to take it and then I'm going to press it, and I've gone ahead to press it flat. The next thing that I'm going to do is to use my needle and thread to stitch the bow tie together. Can you see what I'm doing? Just pay attention to what I am doing and do the exact thing. I'm using my needle and thread to create a pleat from the midpoint. Then I'm going to flip it to the other side. Can you see what I'm doing? Then I will create this pleat again in the other side of the bow tie. And there are several ways to create a bow tie. This is just one of them. There are several ways you can go ahead in creating your bow tie. Some people don't even do this process. They just use the pieces and then wrap it together and it will still form the bow tie. But I like this process because this one will be very, very tight and it is always going to remain firm. I'm just tying the rope all around the bow tie, then I'm going to stitch it again and then I will tie it together. Once my bow tie is looking fine, I'm going to cut out the rope and tie it again. This one, the bow tie will not even change. It's going to always be like this. You get. And if you are working with an Ankara fabric, you will need to use your paper stay or air stay. Just make sure that you iron something to this bow tie. If not, it is going to be very flat. Don't just put the bow tie like that. if you're working on an Ankara fabric, press your paper state or gum state to your Ankara fabric first. Because I use Mikado. Mikado is very strong, so it just stood like that. And then I use the needle and thread to attach the bow tie to the middle of the back. So now, to shape this dress, it is very, very simple. I just marked from my shoulder to 18 inches. Then I mapped the width of the pockets. Then I'm closing it by half inch. I'm going to mark half inch all the way from the sleeve. Then I will stop here. That is where the pocket will start from. And this other space in between is the width of the pocket, 7 inches. Then I'm going to just draw half inches all the way to the end of the dress. I'll do the same thing for the other side. I'm going to take from my shoulder to 18 inches. Then I'm going to mark half inch. Can you see? I'll just mark half inch all the way to the where the pocket will start from. I will leave the width of the pockets. Then I'm going to mark half inch all the way to the end of the dress. So when we take this to the sewing machine, we will stitch from the sleeve to the pockets. We stop and then we continue to the end of the dress. We'd love to see how I fix the side pockets to this dress. I have a detailed tutorial on that and I will link it to the description of this video. And that brings us to the end of this tutorial. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification so you'll be the first to get notified when I upload my next tutorial. My name is Blessing Ebietoma. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.